Hey guys, it's your boy Joe back at it again, man. CodingPhase.com. Your boy's back and I done did it again. I was just watching this advertising from HubSpot, right? Somehow they created this video which is explaining what is artificial intelligence. To be honest, I don't know why this is on HubSpot. It's pretty much a way to get people to find out more about their brand. I mean, it's good promotion and whatever. Artificial intelligence is hot right now. Everybody want to talk about it. All right. So, anyways, did I say? You already know it's your boy Joe back at it again. CodingPhase.com. Did I say that? I don't know if I did. But yeah. So, like I was saying, man, they basically created this video. They explain it pretty well. They explain it pretty good. But what I didn't like about it was the fact that they make it so scary. Like, oh my God, computers are gonna destroy every job out there and artificial intelligence is gonna take over. That's how I felt after watching this video. I'm gonna link it below on the description so you guys could take a chance and actually watch it and, give them some views too. But it's pretty crazy. Like, I think everybody right now, not everybody, but the people who are on the computer, like, marketing, designers, or, even programmers now, it seems everybody's like scared because of artificial intelligence. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think it's going to be that bad. You know why? Because if we are smart human beings, which I think we are, and even though some people say I'm a pessimist sometimes, but I am a positive person, what I'm going to say about this is, at some point there's going to be laws. Like, if people are smart, if human beings are smart, they're going to say, hey, there can only be 20% of the workforce to become, robots and automated whatever, right? And artificial intelligence, anything with artificial intelligence. I don't care if it's a freaking coffee mug. I don't care if it's a machine building cars. I don't care if it's a programmer or computer that builds websites. I don't care what it is. All I care about is that only 20% of them should be allowed, right? Now, because what this made it seem like is like, oh man, there's not gonna be no more jobs. So it's like everything's gonna be sort of chill because there's not gonna be any more jobs and you could pretty much do a lot of cool stuff on your own time. That's not the reality of things, right? And that's why I tell you guys, try to make as much money now, do very smart investments. Just be smart, because 20, 30 years from now, we're going to look back and we're going to be like, oh man, you remember all that time where I could have been making $100,000, $200,000? You don't know how this world is going to flip in the next 20, 30 years, right? So you want to be like those people that were in the 50s, the 60s, the 40s, where they came in, they bought their houses, they got land, they did investment. Like, you see all those old people walking around and, brand new Mercedes. And you're like, wait, you mad old. How do you have a Mercedes? How do you have a Tesla? How do you do this and that? Most of those people made good investments back then, back when there were factories, back when there was a whole bunch of jobs, right? Luckily for us and for the people that are watching this, you guys are actually ahead of the curve. In the sense of like, hey, you're trying to change careers, you're trying to make as much money as you can, you're trying to make something positive for your life, right? If we leave it to destiny and say, hey, we're just gonna leave it to the destiny and we're gonna leave it to somebody else figures it out, right? You're going to get effed up. Because what's gonna happen 20, 30 years from now, if things do get automated, and let's say somebody like Trump, who doesn't care about the people and only cares about, let's say, just making money, they're going to be like, oh, you know what? Let's automate everything and let's make a basic pay for everybody, like a welfare for everybody. It's like everybody gets welfare. which means like now you have enough to live, but not enough to be good. Now, the people that are going to be good are the people that make money now. Those people are going to be good, because it's like this. Once you make money, you always got to be good, in the sense of like, you have money, you have equity, you have, freaking a bank account that have been generating, let's say a portfolio, whatever, etc. There's a million ways you can make money, right? But once you have money, in the long term, if you're smart, that money keeps growing. You've definitely heard of saying from people going like, oh, the rich get richer and the poor get poor. That's true. That happens, right? So if you're poor by that time, you're going to be effed up, right? And that's if we don't have somebody representing us. I like what Elon Musk was saying, like, we have to have laws for artificial intelligence. We have to have laws for robots. I'll be honest. This is the only thing that I want from robots that I think that they should be used for, is for the food and services. Like, you go to a restaurant, you should have like a little robot that comes in and brings you your food. Somebody like a robot in your house to clean your house. For those people that don't have, nobody to be with, like a sex robot. Yes, I said it. Those people need love too. You know what I mean? Of course, there's going to be people who's going to abuse it and be like, I'm never touching another human being. I got Sandy right here. And it's like, what? Like, no, you missed the point, So, but yeah, those three. And I think for like real dangerous jobs, those are the type of robots that we need, right? Like, and when I mean dangerous jobs, I mean like miners and stuff like that. Like, nobody should be working that type of job, right? Now, automatic trucks, automatic cars, all of this stuff that human beings can do, there should be a law that says only 20% can be robots, period. Because if not, then the poor people are going to get effed up. That's it. That's what's going to happen. People that are rich, they're going to get rich because they own the companies. Once you have money and you own a company and you say, hey, you know what? Like, this was one and my last company, the owner was like, oh man, we should just get at some point, get more machines that automate everything. And I'm like, thinking in my head, I'm like, wait, like, people are making the same job, they work in it, and they're doing their job good, but you want to get machines to basically cut them out, and then now those people don't have jobs. Now, of course, if you look at it in the side of, I want to make money, I want to make as much profit as I can. Hey, I'm spending, $1 million on employees. I could spend $400,000 one time and $50,000 every year for maintenance. I'm going to save a whole bunch of money, right? So it makes sense. But for human beings, it doesn't. Now, this whole video to me there was things that made it positive. There was things that made it negative. It's one of those videos where it's like, oh man, I don't know how I feel about it. I'll be honest. I love technology, but at the same time, I know that it's dangerous. It can be dangerous in the sense of like, even now, like I told you guys, my mom used to be a taxi driver, and one of my boys' father was a taxi driver, and now he says he don't do taxi driving. He don't drive the taxi right no more because Uber shut down all the smaller taxi companies. There's no more small taxi companies that you could call up and be like, oh, can you guys come pick me up? There was this a company called Phoenix. Phoenix doesn't exist no more because Uber eat it up. Everybody, even the drivers that were working for Phoenix and they were making good money, now they work for Uber because now the competition, everybody's calling Uber. There's nobody calling through their phone to the companies for the taxi. So imagine that. That was just Uber. So Uber replaced all the smaller businesses automatically with just an app. What's going to happen if they be like, hey, you know what? We want to have 100%, cars driving automatically out here. you know, with just artificial intelligence. What's gonna happen there? You know how many people gonna lose their jobs? What's gonna be the effect of that in society? You guys think like, oh man, it's just, who cares? It's the taxi drivers. Like, it's like a ecosystem. Everything works around it. It's like, hey, the taxi drivers don't work. Now the mechanics don't got work. Now the mechanics don't have work. The guy who was in the butcher shop, he doesn't have work because now not that many mechanics are buying meat for their family, etc., 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 whatever. It keeps going. It's an ecosystem, right? We saw what happened with Detroit when those companies left and everybody started shutting down. People thought like, oh, they're still making cars over there. It's like, no, but almost like 80% of all the smaller companies, which were the ones that really hired all the people around there, they don't have jobs no more. So the people that used to make, the timing belt, the screws for the cars and this and that, like all of that stuff, they don't make it in a factory. They make it in smaller companies, and then those companies hire 50, 100 people to do it, and then those companies sell it to, to Ford, and they sell it to what's the other one, Jeep, and all the other companies out there, right? Cadillac and this and that. When the smaller businesses started going away, because now in China and Mexico they're making everything, the people here got effed up. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Artificial intelligence, I like it because I like what it could do for me. I don't know if I like it for what it's gonna do for society, right? Now, I'm not saying it for you guys to be scared. I'm not saying for you guys to be like, oh my God, we're not gonna have no jobs. No. We are at a golden age for developers, programmers, right? We are at the top. Where we at right now, it's never going to be this high. I don't think so, right? So the people that get in now, you have an opportunity to get in, make as much money as you can. And like I said to you guys from the beginning, you always have to have an exit plan, right? I keep telling people, keep thinking like, oh, I know everything under the sun. I don't know everything under the sun. I just see what happens and learn from other people's mistakes, right? Like, you got to have an exit plan. You got to have a plan B, plan C, plan D. Always. You can't just be like, oh man, plan A is everything. No. You got to have plan B, C, and D. Because things go wrong. Things go left. Nothing ever goes right. Always think about that. It's like the car never goes right. The car is just left. Life is a car, and all it does is go to the left. Think about it like that, right? Now, I want you guys to get motivated. I want you guys to really go hard. For those of you guys that haven't signed up to my website, sign up to the website. If you don't want to sign up to my website, fine. Go to Udemy, click on the links below. I have a whole bunch of courses that you can buy from Udemy just to get in the game. If you don't want to, fine. Go find a type of service that you want. There's Pluralsight, there's Team Treehouse, there's Codecademy, there's a whole bunch of stuff, right? When you go over there and you hit a wall, come back to me. I will explain things in an easier way. Something that's going to make your life like that easy. All right? Now, I just want you guys to really go hard, guys. This is the golden age. Watching this video reminded me of like the fact that, things could go left. It's like right now, we need to start making as much money as we can. Save as much as we can. We don't want to be like one of these people that's like, man, I thought for 10 years I was going to be making $100,000 every year and this and that. Nah, buddy, that doesn't happen in the real world. Even the biggest businesses don't have a plus profit every year. It goes down at some point, right? I tell people, it's like, yo, you don't want to be the Nokia of programming. You don't want to, always be behind or always think like, oh, I'm on top. I'm never going to go down. Things is going to go down. Don't leave it to next year. Next year, you never know how the economy might be, right? The people who are in, they're in. Once you're in, you're in. That's it. You're good. Once you got the experience, you're good. But what happens to those people that were waiting, who sit down in their house and is like, oh man, you know what? I'm going to take 6 months next year. You know, I'll get into this next year. I'll leave it for 2 weeks from now. You know, some people be like, you know, Joe, I love you and I'm going to subscribe to your channel. But you know what? I'm going to start this, you know, next month. I subscribe, but I'm going to start this next month. Right? If people be like that, you know, it's like, fine. They could be like that. But, you know, don't tell me next year something happened on your town, you know, your city is going broke or something where you're like, it's out of your hand now. So those opportunities that you could have gotten this year, you left it for next year, and next year is not as good as this year in the economy. That's on you. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I could tell you. Like me, I'm good in the sense that, you know, I do this, things go left, I could go and get a job ASAP, right? But what happens to the people that were leaving this for last minute? You know, people, it's like, think about this. It's like this, man. It's like when people, you know, they have a project to do, you know, to graduate school, and they leave it for the last day. And then now they can't do it because there's not enough time, not enough hours to do it. It's like, bro, you did it to yourself. Now you got to get left back. Now you got to take this summer school. You can't graduate with all your friends on June. You got to wait until August. Like, that's how life is. You know, now you guys are adults. You guys really got to go hard, man. You know, I have a couple of kids in here who are teens and this and that. But, I mean, I could say 94% of you guys are all adults. So how long you gonna keep leaving this till later on, right? Now, to bring it back to this artificial intelligence thing, is like I said, there could be positives and there's gonna be a lot of negatives to this thing. Like, positive is gonna be our life is gonna be easier. Right? But what is really easier if you can't afford all the things that you want? Because you can't find a job. You can't have, you know, those easy jobs you had. Is like, you know, in the summertime, it's like, listen, when my kid is 16, he's going to work at McDonald's and earn his money, you know, for the summer so he could go to school in September and buy his own clothes. Those days are going to be over. You know what I mean? People who are like, man, you know what? I'm gonna work at this data entry, phone service, telemarketing. You know, at one point that's gonna be over too in the next 5 years. That's for sure. That one's definitely gonna be gone. Cause I remember when I was like around 20, I used to work at Universal Telemarketing in Manhattan. That was another job that I was working. I worked there for like 3-4 months. Horrible place. Calling people up every single day, asking them, hi, can we take a survey? Can you tell me, do you have Sprint, Nextel, T-Mobile, or Verizon? And people, the first thing they'll be like, take me off the list. That's the first thing that people tell you is like, take me off the list. Click. They're going to have machines for that. They're going to have machines for that for sure, right? So all I'm saying is think about it like this, guys. We are in the 1950s, right? And then we all work for Ford, right? We all work for GM, right? What's going to happen in a few years, right? There's not going to be no more jobs. But because you worked in the 1950s, you're going to have your house. You're going to have your money saved. You're going to have investments. You're going to be able to say, hey, I worked for 5-10 years at GM. I have enough money to open up my own business. Hey, now I'm a business owner. It's the same thing that's happening here in this community, in this, you know, career. This career of programming, development. Like, if you're getting now, you're going to be good. If you leave it for the last minute, that's on you. You're taking a big chance there. You know, you leave this for, hey, I'll try to learn this 2-3 years from now. We don't know where the economy is going to be at, so the jobs might not be there. But the people that are going to get jobs are the people that already had experience. Now, those people that's just trying to come in with no degrees, with no, no background in this, no history, no resume, no nothing that says, hey, web development, no company trusted you before, you're not going to get that job because it's going to be even more competitive. So that's all I wanted to say. And yeah, go check out this video. It's positive and negative at the same time. But yeah, man, we in here, man. CodingPhase.com, your boy's back, and I done did it again, guys. Listen, I'm still working on this course right now. I got the Phaser 1 course. This is pretty cool. Right here, we're knocking out this one out, which is the Hyper App course. It's not really a Hyper App. It's a Hyper Restaurant NPM Run Watch. Show you guys exactly what's the course that we're building right now. We got this. There's a full restaurant. Got the reserve. You're gonna be able to click here or click on reservations, and it's gonna pop up, and you're gonna choose how many people you want the reservation for, etc., etc. Right? You got this. This is gonna be a slider. You know, if you guys always wonder, like, hey, how do you do a slider? You're gonna learn this here. There's so many different little things. Now, all of the stuff that you see here, we're gonna make it dynamic, coming from data, instead of how it is right now, where everything is actually, built in, static with just straight code. All of this stuff is coming in dynamically, which is how everything works on the web. So it's cool sometimes when you learn HTML and CSS, you're like, oh yeah, I'll build websites like this. Yeah, but 99% of the time, especially now, because everybody connects to API, it could be Node, it could be Python, it could be Golang, it could be PHP Laravel, whatever. Everyone is connecting to some type of API, pulling that data out, and then displaying it on their page. Right? So every website now is dynamic. Okay? So that's what we're going to do here too. All of this reviews, they're coming dynamically too. And at the same time, all of this is responsive. Okay? So there's so many different things that you're learning in this course. Go check it out. It's CodingPhase.com. Click on the description below so you could get the 50% off on everything. Right? That's the most important thing that I want everybody to know. If you click on the link below, you're gonna get 50% off everything automatically. Or you could just say, hey, I want to come here. Let's say all courses. All right, let's say an example. If you wanted to buy this for yourself, whatever, you could come here, enroll now. All right, and this is a coupon code that works for everybody. It says from YouTube 2017. I believe it's like that. Invalid. From YouTube. So anytime that you buy anything from the website and you use that coupon from YouTube, you get automatically 50% off. You could do it when you buy the course by itself, or you could do it here when you say get all access pass. You can come here and be like, oh, cool. I'm going to get it from here. I'm going to enroll in this. Choose whichever one you want. You want the one-time purchase. You want the yearly. You want the monthly. Come here. You put in from YouTube. Apply coupon. Now it's $10 a month, right? You get every single course that I created and every single course that I'm going to create at any time. You want to just say, hey, I'm going to buy it one time and I get access to every single course no matter what. I don't want to pay monthly. Come here, pay the one-time fee. Just be like, yo, from YouTube, 50% off. Okay? You say, hey, I just want to try it for 1 year. I want to see how it goes. If everything is good, cool. Do the yearly. I think this is the best deal because in reality, you're getting everything for 45% of the real price. So you're going to say, hey, let's say from YouTube, $45. Guys, if you leave it monthly, if you think about it, it's 10 times 12. That's 120, right? When you do the yearly, you're paying $45. So for, let's say 4 or 5 months, 4 months and a half, you get in the whole year. You know what I mean? So it's up to you guys. You guys decide what you guys want. I'm just here to provide the content. All right, it's your boy Joe back at it again, man. CodingPhase.com. Your boy's backing out and did it again. All right, see you guys later. Bow.